All right, so back for another edition, another round of my weekly picks. Week 5 was, again, another okay but not spectacular week. One of those ones that if you took my picks and you laid some money on them, you might win a little money back. So it is what it is. I was 9-5 picking the winner straight up, 8-6 against the spread. Again, it's okay, but I'm not bragging about it, right? Season to date, 47-31 picking the winner straight up, 42-36 against the spread. It's okay, right? But I certainly would like to do better, and let's see if we can do so. I'm not surprised the 49ers beat the Seahawks on Thursday night, even though I know it was in Seattle. Just my kind of vibe and thought about the Seahawks, especially since they lost to the Giants, short turnaround, lost a couple of games going into that one. You know, maybe the 49ers will find something a little bit, be a little pissed off after losing to the Cardinals. And the 49ers ultimately got the job done. They covered 3.5. Yay, that's fun. So let's talk about the rest of the Week 6 schedule. Week 6 already. Damn, we're almost mid-October now. The Jags and Bears face off in the England game this week. The Bears are favored by 1. Interesting matchup between Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence. The Jags defense stinks, so certainly an opportunity for the Bears to hit some big plays in the passing game. Meanwhile, the Bears be without Jaquan Brisker and potentially Tyreek Stevenson in that secondary. It means that there could be some opportunities in the passing game for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags when they really badly need it. This one could be fun. Give me Chicago minus the 1 to go 4-2 into the bye week. Bear down, bitches! You got the Cardinals coming off of their comeback victory over the 49ers last week, traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. The Cheeseheads are 5-point favorites. I won't try to get too cute here. I'll try to keep it basic. I'll take Green Bay minus the 5. The Colts travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans, where for some reason the Titans are favored. Maybe you're saying, well, if that's Anthony Richardson playing, that's why. But if it's Joe Flacco, it's got to be them. You know what? I don't know. This one could be surprisingly good. We'll see. No, I'm just totally kidding you there. Give me the Colts to win plus the 2.5. You got the Texans traveling to New England to take on the Patriots, and it looks like the Drake May experience is finally going to begin in New England. Because after all, having them sit on the bench for most of the past 5 games helped them learn so much, right? Like, just fucking dumb. If Tom Brady was there in New England, you sit Drake May's ass on the bench. Shit, like if you had Kirk Cousins there, let's just say, you sit him on the bench. You do, right? Maybe not if you just paid Kirk Cousins a shit ton of money for a number of years. You don't draft Drake May with the 3rd overall pick. You don't pull a Falcons and take a backup quarterback that's going to sit for 2 or 3 years in the top 10, but whatever. So it's exciting in the sense that you get to see Drake May. Sounds like Nico Collins is going to be out, so that's a big loss for the Texans. But it's Drake May, first start behind a crappy offensive line and a bad Patriots offense, taking on one of the best teams, not just in the AFC, but the NFL. I got to smash the Texans minus the 6.5 all day, goddamn day long. The Buccaneers travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Derek Carr out for a little while? Give me the Buccaneers minus the 3.5. You've got the Skid Marks. They're back, baby! Traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. And the Browns are bad. They stink. Deshaun Watson is god-awful on so many different levels, and it's like looking like an all-time bad trade for the Skid Marks. With that said, you go into this one and you say, yeah, they shouldn't be beating anybody. It shouldn't even be close, but the laying 9.5 on the Eagles, that's a huge-ass spread for an Eagles team that has not looked great this year. I'm just saying. What are their 2 wins against the Packers in Brazil in week 1? And a couple of weeks later, they beat the Saints and had to come back to do that late in the 4th quarter. 9.5's a lot. I think Philly's a better team. I think Philly wins. But man, that 9.5 point spread scares the shit out of me. So give me Cleveland to cover the 9.5. And then you've got a matchup that's got some geographical rivalry there, but certainly has more intrigue than it would have in some other years. You've got the Commanders traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Jaden Daniels with his Commanders at 4-1. The Ravens with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and da-da-da-da-da. This one could be fun. Baltimore's favored by 6.5. I like them to win here, but I like the Commanders maybe with the backdoor cover, so give me them to cover the 6.5. Switching over to the late Sunday afternoon matchups, you got the Chargers coming off a bye, I believe, to take on the Broncos. The Broncos have won a few in a row, but the Chargers are coming in favored by 3. I'll take the Chargers minus the 3 in this one. You've got the Steelers traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders, and they're favored by 3. It really doesn't matter to me whether it's Justin Fields or Russell Wilson that's starting for them. It's been the defense that's mostly been carrying them this year to their successes, but they're sitting now at 3-2. This is a game they absolutely need to win. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, if they want to salvage anything, you got to go after it now. You know, Steelers under Tomlin historically have struggled on the road against bad teams. Every once in a while, they do have a good performance against a bad team on the road, but I don't like their chances here. Give me the Raiders plus the 3 to win. You've got the Lions traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. The Lions at 3-1, at 3-point favorites. I'll take Detroit minus the 3. And then you've got the Falcons traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. I will take the Falcons minus the 6 all day long. I think you got to keep rolling with them. They just beat the Bucs in that overtime thriller last Thursday night. Kirk just threw for over 500 yards. Meanwhile, the Panthers, like, what are they doing? We just saw them get decimated by the Bears. I'm just saying, that's a bad team. And it's so stupid to continue to start Andy Dalton. For what? He won you one game and now you're right back to getting your shit rocked again? Duh! Maybe that's not such a good idea after all. Anyways, going to the Sunday night matchup. God, I can't believe, like, the Monday night matchup is one thing. I get why you would have that there. That makes sense, even though that's got some additional intrigue. But the Sunday night matchup, good God, that's the best we could do here? Was the fucking Bengals and the Giants? I realize New York media market. Cincinnati has Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. But goddamn, that matchup, this screams out a 1 o'clock CBS start that is only shown in those markets. It does not strike me as a game that you would want to feature in prime time. It just doesn't. Like shit. Like Lions and Cowboys isn't the Sunday night matchup here? How the fuck did that happen? Right? Like, how does that not happen? You almost wonder, could you have done an early season flex and put the Commanders and Ravens on Sunday night? Yeesh. Anyways, it is Bengals and Giants. The Bengals are 3.5-point favorites. Heartbreaking loss for them against the Ravens last Sunday. The Giants with a surprising nice victory over the Seahawks in Seattle. Like, how crazy is that? Seattle's going to kick a game-winning field goal and you block it and you house call it. That's why they play the games, folks. Give me the Bengals minus the 3.5, and hopefully that game doesn't put everybody to sleep. And then the Monday night matchup, I referenced a moment ago, you've got Josh Allen and the Bills traveling to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Robert Saleh-less New York Jets. So 5 weeks into the season, the Jets have fired their head coach. For some reason, their general manager, I believe, is still employed for reasons that are unbeknownst to me. This one more time, Aaron Rodgers in prime time, one more time, facing off against Josh Allen. Give me the Bills minus the 2.5.